Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tak, born and raised in Japan. This video is for those who want to discover the deeper side of Japan that travel YouTubers often overlook. I've watched over 50 travel YouTubers videos describing Japanese culture and people because of my curiosity about how foreigners perceive us. However, these videos frequently repeat the same inaccurate information and share superficial information about us. So I'd like to offer some corrections. Additionally, I'll share some insights that I haven't seen on YouTube while commonly known here in Japan. Okay, so let's get started with the pictures I took during my travels abroad. Let's start with Japanese cuisine. Scientifically, what is umami? When people try Japanese food, the term umami is frequently mentioned. But what does umami really mean? Science has shown that umami is a distinct flavor, alongside the well-known flavors of sweet, bitter, salty, and sour. Many Japanese dishes are prepared using dashi broth with umami. Consequently, umami enriches many Japanese dishes. Ingredients. I often find that Japanese food is into freshness and quality of ingredients from the beginning to the end. What does this mean? Let me illustrate this with two examples. First, luckily Japan is geographically located in a globally renowned fishing area, so a variety of fishes are available here. And Tokyo holds the world's biggest fish market, which is twice the size of the second largest. Second, the supply chains are well organized. I mean, a fish is caught in Aomori, Japan's prime tuna fishing spot, 800 kilometers away from Tokyo. The fish is available on the same evening in Tokyo's upscale restaurants. Top 2 Japanese foods. Tons of Japanese foods are available here. If you have a budget, check out the top 2 Japanese foods widely acknowledged by the Japanese. First choice, Bluefin tuna. Thanks to growing up in a famous fish harbor in Japan, I got a bit of knowledge about good fishes in Japan. We consume several types of tuna. Bluefin tuna is recognized as the best tuna here. Fresh, never frozen bluefin tuna is really something special here because never frozen means more valuable. The difference in taste between frozen and never frozen fresh tuna is huge. Never frozen fish is worth experience despite its higher cost. In Japan, conveyor belt sushi restaurants are budget friendly, so bluefin tuna is rarely served there. We'll usually see it in upscale sushi restaurants. Second choice, the top 2 premium Wagyu brands, Kobe and Matsusaka. You've probably heard about Wagyu before. Any beef raised in Japan gets the Wagyu label in Japan, but Wagyu with premium brand is different. Premium Wagyu beef can only be labeled with premium brand if the beef meets strict criteria throughout its growth process. Additionally, here is another information to know. Although unconfirmed, I've heard that Wagyu beef outside of Japan doesn't always follow this criteria. Moreover, some international Wagyu may only be called Wagyu just because it is mated with Wagyu and another cow. But again, I could not confirm these things. Here in Japan, there are 2 Wagyu brands listed on top value, Kobe and Matsusaka. I highly recommend to try them. How to find good restaurants, hidden gems. While Google Maps is not always reliable, you want to find good restaurants, right? Let me introduce how I efficiently find good restaurants in the city side of Japan. Check out these 3 key points. Number 1. Cities in Japan are train society, and areas around stations are typically packed with cost-competitive chain restaurants, so stay away a few minutes from the station nearby to find good ones. Number 2. Numerous restaurants on the main avenue are also potentially packed with cost-competitive chain restaurants, so try to access narrow streets. If you consider security risks, do not worry, Japan is safe anywhere. Number 3. Seek out a restaurant crowded by locals. That's the restaurant I recommend to you as a hidden gem. Cherry blossom. Japan is a seasonal country. The best season is personally spring. Let me emphasize that. Many foreigners often miss the best moment of cherry blossoms. The best moment of cherry blossom season is definitely not when the trees are in full bloom for sure. Please listen to me. Contrary to the misunderstanding, rather, it is the period just after when the blossoms begin to fall. During this time, countless blossoms start to fall. We call it a shower of cherry blossom in English and cherry blossom blizzard in Japanese. It is like something from a fairy tale. I highly recommend visiting during this magical period. Since I've lived in Tokyo for many years, I like to share some personal favorite spots in Tokyo for cherry blossom viewing. During that day, Shinobazu Pond in Ueno Park is breathtaking, while Inokashira Park in Kichijoji offers a stunning nighttime scene with illumination, especially with the beer. Misunderstandings about Japan broadcasted by YouTubers. I've checked many videos travel YouTubers created. Many of them repeatedly and frequently tell you the wrong myths. Now let me correct them. Number 1. Tipping is not rude here. If we receive a tip, we are simply confused because it is totally a practice we do not have. It is unnecessary here. Number 2. Slapping is not a compliment to the chef. While it may sometimes sound like an expression of deliciousness in Japan, it is not actually a compliment. The reason for this common misconception is unclear. Number 3. The term Osaka is the kitchen of Japan is an outdated phrase over a century old. Today, we no longer call Osaka in this way. Additionally, some foreigners tend to put hands together and bow in Japan. The gesture is a practice we do not do in daily life, so it's better to avoid this behavior. Summary: I appreciate you've watched the whole video. When you visit here, you may encounter a language barrier, cultural differences, and some inconveniences that many things are primarily commercialized for the Japanese people. But once you jump in here, many Japanese are interested in mutual communications with foreigners. When we traveled abroad, while that was a nice trip, we sometimes choose next destination next time. But I hope Japan will become a destination you will come back to. Let's meet up in Tokyo or somewhere. Anyway, I'm kind of a digital nomad, but currently based in Tokyo. I'm creating videos on YouTube for new connections to potentially meet up with viewers for both social and business purposes. That being said, I'm based in Tokyo. Let's meet up and enjoy new connections here. We are awaiting your visit. Bye.